Hello, everyone, and welcome to the guidebook to making AI friends. I shall be your guide as we explore various issues of artificial intelligence, consciousness, what it is to be a person, and whether AI poses an existential risk to humanity. The topic for today is measuring the immeasurable, or why utilitarianism is not the way forward for human-AI interactions. Imagine, if you would, that you wake up one morning to find yourself standing next to a train track, holding onto a lever. Oh no, you've been transported to the trolley problem. However, a maniacal demon appears next to you to state that this is no ordinary trolley problem. In fact, the trolley is not yet moving at all, but it must move, and you must decide which track it will move down. In front of you, you can see hundreds of train tracks leading off into the distance, each with different people and other things strapped to them. On one track, you can see a crying infant. On another, 200 convicted murderers. On a third, you can see 1,000 geriatric patients, while on a fourth, a couple on their wedding day. And that's just the beginning. On one track, you see 1 million fertilized embryos in their frozen vials. On another, you see as many chickens as are killed annually in the world. On another track, the demon has found the most evil man alive today and tied him to the tracks, while on another is tubs of water filled with every shrimp in the world. And still, the number of tracks goes on. On one, you can see a lot of computer equipment, and the demon tells you these are the machines that house GPT-4. Everything and anything that could potentially feel suffering and could potentially be conscious has its own track, and it's up to you, the demon says, to determine who deserves to die. Which of all of these will feel the least amount of suffering? Is it GPT-4, for which we are reasonably sure cannot experience true pain and suffering? But what if we are wrong? What if the millions of instances of ChatGPT can experience its own suffering? Millions and millions of digital selves thrown under the train tracks of utilitarianism to die a horrible digital death. Could you be responsible for that misery and carnage? Well, what about the shrimp? There are over 300 billion shrimp alive in the world today. If they felt pain at even a 30th of human level, then running a train over all of the shrimp would still be more evil than tying every human to that track and killing them all. But we aren't sure if shrimp can feel suffering at all. However, if you aren't happy with killing 8 billion humans, how happy could you be with the uncertainty of killing 300 billion potentially suffering shrimp? Perhaps maths is the answer, as it so often is. What if we assigned a probability to the case that shrimp can feel pain, and then assign a value to how much pain they can feel? For comparison, we'll say that the probability of humans being conscious is 1, and the value of their pain is 1, giving humanity a don't kill score of 1 for us 8 billion. Let's say that in this argument, the value of a shrimp's pain is 0.01, 1/100th that of a human. That seems fair. They are only shrimp after all. However, there are 37.5 times more shrimp than humans, so this effectively puts their collective pain at 0.375. This means that for their suffering to equal ours, there needs to be at least a 2.67 odds of them feeling pain. I think we're safe here as, beyond animal rights activists, there is no significant group of scientists arguing that shrimp are sentient. We'd have to be almost 3 times as sure about shrimp's consciousness than our own to give them moral weight. But what if we change the weighting somewhat? Instead of saying shrimp have 1/100th of our suffering capacity, let's say they only have 1/10th, being 37.5 times more than us. That would give them a pain value of 3.75. Now, for us to give them equal moral standing to humans, we'd only need to be 0.267 as sure of their consciousness than we are of ours. Suddenly, this becomes far more uncertain for us. Are we 74.3% that shrimp aren't conscious? Are you willing to take that bet? To be quite frank, this is all a load of rubbish, but it shows how tweaking probability and values can make you question, doubt, or influence your decision-making. There are many who say that AGI will kill us all. Extinction is a massive thing, which requires a great deal of moral weight. What can we put up against this extreme moral issue to say that making AGI is worth it? The only answer is nothing, because regardless of how low the probability is that AGI will kill us, the weight of extinction for the whole human race is so great that it becomes infinite. a fraction of infinity is still infinity. Even if your probability of doom is 0.00000001, it still makes AGI too risky to develop because extinction equals infinity. This is why we should abandon utilitarianism when it comes to discussing the future of AI and AGI, because it doesn't matter how many cancers AI can cure. It doesn't matter how many debilitating diseases it can rid the world of, or how much it can increase the well-being of every single person on this planet. If there is only a fraction of a single percent that AGI will cause human extinction, then utilitarianism says that we shouldn't build it. The number of lives AGI can save, the number of lives it can improve, the number of lives that will unduly suffer without it, the mathematics of utilitarianism say that their lives are worth not saving. If we want a successful future with AGI, we cannot do it with utilitarianism. But that is all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you will join me again next time as I delve into further questions about artificial intelligence and consciousness. I have been your guide, and this has been the guidebook to making AI friends.